What's going on, Stim Junkies? High Stim Ace here. Hope you guys are having an incredible week. It is the middle of the week, but we are getting closer to High Stim Saturday, the day that I know each and every one of you guys are looking forward to most. So today I'm going to be reviewing a pre-workout from the same company that I just reviewed the Intra-workout from on my last video. In case you guys haven't seen that video, head over there, check it out. I'm going to pin that video in the comment down below. So what I'm holding in my hand is the pre-workout known as Pre-1971 from Critical Velocity Nutrition. I'm not sure what it is with these specific numbers. I reviewed the Propellant 564, I think it was. I'm getting mixed up with these numbers. This is the Pre-1971. I'm sure there's some sort of reasoning for these specific numbers, but I'm not privy to that information. But with that being said, this here is the pre-workout, the only pre-workout as far as I know from Critical Velocity Nutrition. This is a new brand, and I really did enjoy their intro workout. I gave it a very positive review, very good mix of fast absorbing and slow releasing carbohydrates, and really help you fuel those workouts. Now this here, guys, the pre-workout is a minimalist kind of label, so it's not one of those stacked science book labels. The tub, as you could see, is pretty small as well. It's got a very similar aesthetic to the intro workout that I did just review. They seem to like the red and white theme. I like it too. Poland's colors, by the way. Got to represent my brothers and sisters in Poland. This here is the coconut pineapple flavor. We're going to talk about that flavor in a moment. But before we do, guys, let's roll that freaking intro and let's get to it. So looking at the container here, it does once again say Pre-1971 from Critical Velocity Nutrition, pre-workout blend, catapults energy, dialed in laser focus, and no bonking, whatever the heck that's supposed to mean. I'm not privy to that word. Maybe I should look up on Urban Dictionary to try to keep up with my modern lingo to see what this is all about. But the flavor, like I mentioned twice already, is coconut pineapple. And usually I'm a fan of pina coladas if done right. Edge of Insanity has a pina colada, which I'm a big fan of. And there was another company, Dark Labs, Maniaco, the original run of Maniaco, which I do still have the tub somewhere up there. I love the pina colada flavor for that one. So for the most part, I like it. This one right here, unfortunately, does have a bitter back end to it. It's got this synthetic aftertaste, and it's surprising because there are no illicit ingredients in here. There's nothing crazy that would lead you to get that aftertaste, but it does come in pretty strong, and there is one ingredient on here which I suspect is the reason for it. We're going to discuss it, guys, as well as the rest of this label right now. So looking at the back here, it says caffeine and dynamine are meticulously dosed to provide long-lasting energy without jitters for endurance athletes. And that is the key word here, endurance athletes. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Hydration blend is infused with concentrate trace minerals, fortifying your body against cramping and ensuring peak performance. Okay, so those are things that are really important to keep in mind before we actually break down the label. And you're going to understand in a moment why I said that. So the label itself does come in at 1 scoop, weighing in 10.01 grams, so rounded off to 10 grams, and it does come in at 10 grams, so they got the scooper on point, no issues there. We are also getting 30 servings in here, which is great value for money, especially in 2025. So the first section of the label does begin with the minerals which are essential to this particular pre-workout blend. We do have calcium from calcium citrate, 25 milligrams, magnesium as magnesium citrate, 25 milligrams, sodium from pink Himalayan salt, 100 milligrams, and potassium as potassium chloride, 75 milligrams. And these dosages are pretty good, and there is a reason why they are included in this pre-workout here, and they did mention it. We did kind of gloss over it very quickly, but I'm going to tell you more about it in depth as we get down to breaking down this actual product. So as I mentioned earlier, there is a bit of a back end when it comes to the flavor of this pre-workout here, something that's very, very specific. And I do think it has to do with the very first ingredient that's in here in this particular part of the label. And the ingredient I'm talking about, of course, is amino 9 coming in at 3,000 milligrams. And what that is all 9 essential amino acids, also known as EAAs. Now, if you guys ever had an intro workout before, something that does include those amino acids, you know there's a bit of a bitterness that comes with it, a little bit of a synthetic back end. And I do think that because they include all 9 essential amino acids in here, it does contribute to a little bit of that nastiness when it comes through the flavor. I personally just like to add a whole lot more water to this one here, and it kind of dilutes it, but there is a little bit of bitterness, so expect that going in. And it does come in from that amino 9 blend, which does once again come in at 3,000 milligrams. You're getting L-citrulline next, coming in at 2,000 milligrams, so a very, very low dose of L-citrulline, but there is a reason for that, and we're going to talk about it soon. Taurine, 1,000 milligrams, malic acid, 1,000 milligrams, going to pair with that citrulline, help it absorb a little bit more efficiently. And then we are getting the optimal energy blend, which consists of caffeine anhydrous, organic chondroceps mushroom extract, and dynamine 40%. So a total of 400 milligrams. So probably close to like 300-ish milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, which is a daily driver kind of dose, especially for High Stim Ace. You are getting a little bit of the quadriceps in there. They're not telling you how much, but then 40% yield of that dynamine, which is also supposed to help with energy, kind of similar to caffeine, but a little bit more on the natural side. And we do finish off the label with concentrates at 100 milligrams, which is also going to help with hydration to your body. Before High Stim Ace breaks down my experience running this pre-workout over the last 3 weeks, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow stim junkie or a pre-workout enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay guys, so looking at the label here, it is a very small label. It's not a proprietary label. This is a fully transparent label, but as you guys could tell, this isn't a typical type of pre-workout. Such as the High Stim products that are there behind me. This doesn't even come close to Daily Driver in terms of the amount of ingredients in here. It's a very minimalist kind of label, and a lot of it actually reads like a hydration and recovery formula. It doesn't even really read like a pre-workout. The only stimulant you're getting in here is that caffeine anhydrous, and you got amino acids in here, all 9 amino acids, so that's an interesting choice. And you also get in that other ingredient, the what's it called? The concentrates coming in at 100 milligrams. So that is also going to help with hydration. So this really kind of reads more like an EAA hydration formula with a little bit of caffeine to give you energy and whatnot. So it's an interesting label. The citrulline is also pretty low dosed at 2,000 milligrams. In my opinion, you need at least 4,000 milligrams to help get those blood flow and pump benefits. You know, I don't think you need like 9-10 grams to reap the benefits of L-citrulline, but at least 4 grams, right? 2 grams seems a little bit underdosed. So if you're looking for a pre-workout that's going to get you hopped up in the gym, something that High Stim Ace would take on a High Stim Saturday, or maybe even on a Wednesday such as today, this isn't really that kind of product, right? This is something that really, and I spoke to the manufacturers about this, and they gave it to me straight. This is a product that's really made for endurance athletes, CrossFitters, cyclists, basically any activity that's an aerobic kind of activity that involves getting your heart rate up, martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, whatever it may be. If you're doing something that gets the heart rate up, gets you sweating, gets the blood flowing, this is a great type of product for those specific exercises. This here, you can technically take it and pump iron, but I wouldn't. That's just me, and I'm just being honest and giving it to you straight as I always do. So I like cycling. I'm a very big cyclist, and I'm talking about outdoor cycling. I like getting the fresh air. I'm not into stationary bikes, although I do that as well. But now that we are finally beginning to enter spring and I'm starting to cycle a little bit more often, we're getting a couple of nicer days here in New York City. This is something that I do like to take before I go on that cycling session. It gets the heart rate up just a little bit, but it also does help you feel hydrated. It helps you get a good sense of well-being. It gives you a nice mental focus, not an illicit tunnel vision focus, because obviously we don't have any of those types of ingredients in here, but it gives you a good clear-headed state of mind, and it really gets you focused and dialed in. So to me, this is a good product. I know that I'm consuming something healthy. You do have the amino acids in there that help with muscular hydration and recovery on a molecular level, so that is going to help boost your performance and really take things to the next level. I also notice on cardio only days when I do like using the elliptical for about 45-50 minutes and I crank that bad boy up to like 15-16 resistance, I actually have an easier time performing that strenuous cardio, as in it's easier for me to actually get it done and not be huffing and puffing 5-10 minutes into the cardio session. So it helps with endurance, it helps with hydration, so I'm drinking less frequently while I'm doing the cardio, and it just has that kind of benefit when it comes to those particular exercises. So again, if you're into martial arts, if you're into boxing, if you're into wrestling or bicycling, or if you're just doing cardio, swimming, any of those types of exercise that involve getting your heart rate up and involve you taking those deep breaths and really focusing on your performance, this is a great product for those specific types of exercises. If, however, you're trying to just pump iron and be a typical gym bro like High Stim Ace, then this one might not be for you. But I do appreciate the fact that the company was honest and upfront with me. So overall, the pre-1971 feels like a healthy pre-workout that you can definitely take every day, but you're going to have to chug it down because, again, the flavor isn't the best. And that does have to do with the amino acid profile as well as some of the other ingredients that are in here. I think the cordyceps also contributes a little bit to that nastiness. But if you guys like cycling, you like swimming, you like aerobic type of exercises, then this here may be worth looking into. I'm going to link down below where you can pick it up. I do not have a discount code as of the time of this recording. I'm not affiliated with this brand, but it seems like they do have quality products and they do care about the ingredients they use. Again, I'm a really big fan of their Propellant 564, which I just reviewed. I'm going to link that review down below. It's the video right before this one. Big fan of that product, and I might actually purchase that one on my own at some point in the future. This one here, I'm using it for specific instances only. I can see myself once in a while maybe taking half a scoop in the morning, 3/4 of a scoop to give me a little bit of a boost before work. Maybe could replace my cup of coffee with it. I've done that once and it actually worked pretty well. But in terms of something I'm going to be using regularly, I don't really see myself using it regularly because I usually do my cardio post-training. So for me, I'm not going to take a pre-workout for lifting weights and then take another pre-workout for cardio. It just doesn't make sense, guys. So for me personally, I don't see a lot of use for it, but if you're that type of niche, you're into CrossFit and all the other things I discussed numerous times on this video, this might be worth looking into. So definitely check it out if you guys are interested. As always, if you found this video informative and beneficial, don't forget to like the video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow stim junkie or a fitness enthusiast. And most importantly, guys, subscribe right here to the High Stim Ace YouTube channel. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody, and I will see you again soon. High Stim Ace, signing off.